There are lots of animals. Around 8 million species, and a handful of those can generate electricity through various methods. First on this list are oriental hornets. These insect freaks are basically solar powered. Essentially, how it works is that when the exterior, known as an exoskeleton, gets flashed by the sun, it absorbs most of its rays and then turns it into electricity. How? On the brown part of the hornet, there are many grooves that separate the sunlight. On the yellow stripe of the oriental hornets are holes in a pigment called xanthopterin, which also happens to be yellow. This compound, fun fact, is found in some mammals' pee, including yours, and butterfly wings. All three of these factors turn the light into electricity. The grooves trap light, and the xanthopterin does the rest. They use this electricity like a freaking refrigerator because they have a built in heat pump system, keeping them cool in the 104-degree Fahrenheit summers of North Africa. Next up are electric stargazers. With a face only a mother could love, they decided their 50 volts of electricity wasn't enough and are equipped with two venomous spines in their arsenal. They eat small fish, crabs, and shrimp, and live around 230 feet deep along the Atlantic coast. For some reason, people decided that the electrical fish looked tasty and was considered a delicacy in some places. The electric organ is located behind the eye of the stargazer, which makes sense considering their eyes are one of the only features visible when they bury themselves. The electrical organ works when the brain sends down a signal. A bunch of cells called electric kites activate, inversing the charges of the organ and turning it into a living battery. Electric stargazers don't get shocked using their own electricity because of a special muscle behind their electrical organ. They also don't use the electricity to hunt, rather just a self-defense mechanism. Doesn't work against humans that well though, go figure. Electric catfish are pretty scary, releasing up to 450 volts of electricity depending on the species that they're facing. The electricity is strong enough to stun the average adult human, yet there are no recorded deaths from the electric catfish. But I wouldn't want to be the first one on that list. Although that doesn't stop some people from keeping them as pets. They live in Africa and were found on Egyptian hieroglyphs, and their electricity was apparently used to treat arthritis pain. Their electric organs work the same way as the stargazers, but are located on both sides of its body, starting from the pectoral fin. Despite the high voltage they release, electric catfish do not shock themselves, which is still currently unknown why. They utilize this to shock prey, self defense, and to sense their surroundings since they have tiny eyes and are usually dependent on their electric field to see. Electric eels are most notorious for their 600 volts of electricity to shock prey, and don't even need an introduction. But their electrical organs are lined across its body, and that's about all you need to know. Anyway, electric rays. The electric ray can produce voltages from 8 to 220 volts to catch prey or defend themselves. They eat a variety of fish, such as halibut, eels, and small sharks. Ironically, one of their only predators are sharks and larger carnivorous fish. They have no current body count, but I don't recommend you playing around with your odds as their electrical shock can sweep a grown man off his feet. Let's be for real though. Free electric shock. Come on, guys. Anyways, thanks for watching and I really appreciate it. Subscribe